Hello, I'm Debbie Bell Hosking for Finextra TV here at EBAday 2024 in Lisbon. And I'm joined by Afonso Eça of Banco BPI. We're talking about the future of open banking and embedded finance. Afonso, welcome to the studio.
Thank you very much for having me. A pleasure to be here with you.
Great to be talking with you, especially with this great buzz on day two of EBAday.
Yes,
Wonderful.
super enthusiastic, the floor.
It has been, hasn't it?
Yes, a lot of interesting panels, a lot of interesting conversations, so I think great event so far as usual.
Yep, no, I agree. Well, let's go back to our conversation, open banking. How do you think that's transforming the financial industry?
So open banking has been around with us for quite a few years right now. I think it started, especially in Europe, with a lot of regulatory push coming from PSD2, so everything that came in force with PSD2. But after that, I think that the mindset from incumbent institutions, from banks, from our side of the business, has been more of taking advantage of this, seeing everything that's happening also with fintechs, with companies around our ecosystem, and trying to understand where to take value out of this, because it's not going back. So open banking is going to be around us in the next couple of years. I think that now what we have is more open payments. And open banking will be around the corner.
And I like what you say in terms of finding the value and that it's here to stay. So it's going to be moving forward and forward all the time. Let's move on to embedded finance. What would you say are the benefits to the customers as well as the businesses?
So open banking enables embedded finance, right? So we can only think of customer journeys with embedded finance in there if we have open banking, okay? Because it means that us as financial institutions have our services embedded on other journeys, okay? And again, people like that, our customers like that. And in our case, for example, we are exploring embedded finance in two ways, especially for small businesses. In SME businesses, we are very focused on leveraging open banking to facilitate the life of small business operators, giving them apps that enable them to join all of their financial life in just one place. But also think about mortgages. It's also a very interesting use case. Think of the mortgage journey. What if you could go and check out a house that you want to buy and already have your mortgage approved? And that's something that embedded finance enables us to do. So you can actually put your credit simulators, your mortgage simulators in the websites that are providing the houses, and that makes the life for the customer a lot more easy.
Absolutely. The customer wants an easy life, right? Yes. So when it comes to banks, what do you think are the challenges that still remain in this space?
Okay, so what I've spoken so far, it seems like it's an easy space, right? But it isn't, especially for banks. So this idea of openness of the systems, actually exposing our services to third parties, comes with a lot of challenges. The usual tech challenges, so older institutions, legacy systems, all of those things that actually imply that we are in that sort of constant system renovation, but that's life, right? But also everything that has to do with cybersecurity, okay? So open systems, more communication between different institutions, more risks with cybersecurity. And then I would say that the last challenge, it also has to do where does the customer really want this sort of services, okay? Because banking services are a very vast territory. A lot of different services, a lot of different products, and it cannot be like a universal or holistic thing. We really need to know where our customers want us to be in other third parties, or what are the services that they really want to do in our platforms. And I think that's actually the biggest challenge. It's not the IT part, it's not the cybersecurity. I think in the end is actually knowing where do you want our customers to be banking with you in your channels, and where do you want your customers to be banking with you, but in other people's channels. And I think that's the biggest issue that you have here, and I think that all banking institutions are trying to figure that out.
So that's so interesting to hear you say that, because it's the technology, but it's also being led by your customer.
Exactly, it needs to be led by the customer, so it cannot be like a innovation by regulation, right? It cannot be because you have because regulators, because lawmakers want open banking to exist, that clients necessarily want to use it. Okay, so I think it's very, very important to actually know where to apply this to actually create what I was telling in the beginning, to create value out of all of this.
Well, thank you, Afonso. That was a great conversation, and it's good to chat about open banking and embedded finance.
Yes, it is. Thank you very much for having me. It was a pleasure.
Thank you.